used to think I understood food. I'd eaten at Michelin-starred restaurants, stood in lines for viral street vendors, even taken a few half-serious cooking classes. But all of that felt like reading reviews of a world I hadn't actually lived in. So I made a decision that sounded impressive when I said it out loud and completely unhinged when I tried to plan it. I would travel to 100 countries in 6 months and eat everything I could. Month 1, the illusion of control. The first few countries felt like a highlight reel. I documented everything: perfect lighting, neat captions, tidy bites in Tokyo. I had sushi so precise it felt engineered. In Istanbul, I ate baklava that shattered like glass. In Mexico City, tacos that made me question every taco I'd ever had before. I rated everything obsessively: flavor, complexity, texture, authenticity, presentation. I thought I was building a system. I thought I was prepared. Month 2, the system breaks. By country 25, my notes got messy. Street food in Vietnam didn't fit my categories. It wasn't just flavor, it was movement, noise, plastic stools, broth spilling onto the sidewalk. A bowl of pho at 6 a.m. After no sleep couldn't be rated the same way as a tasting menu in Paris. In Morocco, I got lost and ended up eating with a family who spoke no English. The tagine was incredible, but what exactly was I rating? The spices? The kindness? The fact that I was clearly out of my depth? My scoring system started to feel arrogant. Month 3, fatigue sets in, round country 45. I stopped being excited every time I sat down to eat. Not because the food wasn't good, but because I was exhausted. Airports blurred together. My stomach stopped trusting me. I once ate 3 full meals in one afternoon because I might never be back. That logic sounds romantic until your body disagrees violently. I started craving the simplest things: plain rice, toast, anything predictable. Ironically, the more I chased extraordinary meals, the more I longed for ordinary ones. Month 4, the unexpected becomes the standard. Something shifted around country 60. I stopped trying to capture meals and started experiencing them. A bowl of soup in a cold town in Eastern Europe, nothing fancy. Just cabbage and broth became one of my favorite meals of the entire trip. Not because it was objectively the best, but because I needed it. In Thailand, I stopped filming and just sat in silence, sweating over a spicy curry that made my eyes water. It wasn't content anymore. It was just happening. Food stopped being a checklist item and became context. Where I was, who I was with, what I needed at that moment. Month 5, mistakes and miscalculations by country 80. It was clear I had underestimated everything. Logistics, brutal. Jet lag, constant cultural nuance, infinite. I made mistakes, ordering dishes I didn't understand. Misreading customs, getting sick more than once. Preparedness, I realized, isn't about having a plan, it's about how you handle a moment when your plan fails. And mine failed often. Month 6, letting go of the finish line. The last 20 countries felt different. I wasn't chasing the best meal anymore. I was noticing smaller things: the way bread tastes different across borders, how people gather around food, the rhythm of meals in different cultures. By country 100, I didn't feel triumphant. I felt quiet. Final evaluation: if I had to rate the experience the way I originally intended, here's the honest answer: quality, 9/10. Not because every meal was perfect, far from it, but because the range was unmatched. I experienced the full spectrum: extraordinary, mediocre, surprising, comforting, and occasionally terrible. That is quality, just not the kind I expected. Presentation, 6/10. At first, everything looked perfect, curated, polished, shareable. But the real experience was messy. Sweaty street food, rushed meals in transit, dishes eaten half awake. Beautiful moments existed, but they weren't the majority, and that's the truth most people don't post. Preparedness, 3/10. I planned routes, reservations, and lists of must-eats. None of that prepared me for physical exhaustion, cultural complexity, emotional burnout. What I lacked wasn't information, it was humility. Final thought: if you ask me now whether I'd recommend it, I'd hesitate. Not because it wasn't worth it, but because it wasn't what I thought it would be. I didn't learn what the best food in the world is. I learned that food doesn't exist on a universal scale. It exists in moments. And the more I tried to measure those moments, the more I almost missed them.